halfway through that I was basically being graded in front of them for approval. They kept exchanging these little glances whenever I spoke. At one point, Rita asked where I summered as a child, and I laughed, thinking she was joking. When I explained that my family's idea of vacation was camping at the state park or visiting my grandma in Ohio, the table went silent. After dinner, Susan cornered me in the kitchen while I was helping clean up. She started with what seemed like casual conversation about Brett's ex-girlfriend, Melissa. Then she mentioned how Brett has always been destined for great things, and how she hoped I wouldn't hold him back. When I asked her what exactly she meant by that, she dropped all pretense. She told me that while I seemed nice enough, I clearly wasn't from the right sort of family to help Brett's future. That my lack of refinement would eventually embarrass him in important circles. I was so shocked I couldn't even respond at first. When I finally told her she was being incredibly rude, she just laughed and said something about how my defensiveness proved her point. She said Brett deserved someone who could match his potential, not drag him down. I walked out of the kitchen and immediately told Brett he needed to leave. In the car, I was shaking as I told him everything his mother had said. I expected outrage, anger on my behalf, something. Instead, he got quiet and said she didn't mean it like that, and that she was just worried about our future. He asked if maybe I had misunderstood her tone. That night was our first major fight. I couldn't believe he was defending her behavior. Apparently, she'd been filling his head with doubts about whether I would fit in with the future he imagined. He was actually listening to her. It all came to a head when Susan invited us over for another dinner, supposedly to clear the air. Brett practically begged me to go, saying she wanted to apologize. Like an idiot, I believed him and went. There was no apology. Instead, Susan spent the entire evening making backhanded comments about my clothes, my table manners, even the way I spoke. When Brett stepped outside to take a phone call, she leaned across the table and said, with this chilling certainty, that I was nothing without her son, and that I should walk away before I ruined his life with my ordinary life. When I started crying, she actually rolled her eyes and said my emotional behavior just proved her point about my lack of composure. When Brett returned, I was gathering my things to leave. I was done. In the car, I told Brett exactly what happened and that he didn't leave. He didn't cut contact with his mother until she could respect me before the wedding was off. I expected him to finally stand up for me. He didn't. Instead, he said maybe his mother was right. Maybe we were rushing into things. Maybe we did come from two different worlds to make it work. The man I loved, who had sworn he didn't care about status or background, was suddenly parroting his mother's classist nonsense. I took off my engagement ring and placed it on the dashboard. I told him to drop me at Angela's place instead of our apartment. He didn't even try to stop me when I got out of the car. Because here's the thing, Brett thinks he can keep choosing his mother, but he doesn't realize how much he's already lost. When it finally hits him, he'll understand it's too late to fix things. I can't tell you what I did in this short video. The full story is on the channel, link below.